Hello and welcome. Now my name is Tom May and this is the first in One World's Television, an occasional series of television reviews published online at my May's Britain blog. Now the music you can hear, predictably enough it's relevant. It's called Man Free from Jamaican dub poet Linton Kwesi Johnson's debut LP, which was released by Virgin Records, called Dread, Beaten Blood 1978. And it's a call to free the activist Darcus Howe. Now I remember Darcus Howe myself from being an intelligent presence on British television. Particularly remember seeing a series that Howe wrote and presented on Channel 4 back in 2000 called White Tribe. So today I'm going to review Small Axe, Mangrove, which was on BBC One on Sunday the 15th of November, directed by Steve McQueen. Not a great album by Prefab Sprouts, not a great Hollywood actor, but Sir Stephen Rodney McQueen, CBE, a British filmmaker and video artist born in Hanwell, West London in 1969. Now Mangrove is about the events of 1969 to 1971 when Frank Critchlow opened a West Indian restaurant in Notting Hill as a community meeting place, but faced 3 incidences of police harassment and attacks on the Mangrove. The film presents the eventual Black Power inspired community counterattack, which takes the form of an angry but peaceful demonstration which is disrupted and attacked by the Metropolitan Police. The Mangrove 9, who included Critchlow and many others, end up on trial in the Old Bailey, which tended to be used for the most heinous legal cases like treason. Now McQueen and Alistair Siddon's script is careful, incisive and intelligent, not portraying a uniform group but an often fractious and complex Notting Hill community, assailed by the mostly hostile Metropolitan Police force. Yet a peaceful and joyous community it is, as in the scenes with the Trinidadian steel band playing and the customers dancing, or with members of the community simply getting together and talking in what they see as a welcoming, safe space for them. All of this is facilitated by the devoutly religious, hard-working owner Frank Critchlow, brilliantly brought to world-weary life by Sean Parks. Mangrove emphasises the importance in life of telling the truth and making a stand when you see something wrong occurring. Related is the need for leader figures within the Black British community who are rooted deep within that community and its own experiences. We see this in the roles 2 of the Mangrove 9 take. Darcus Howe, played by Malachi Kirby, and Althea Jones LeQuant, played by Letitia Wright, who defend themselves and their fellow defendants in court. For me, the crucial line in Mangrove is when Rodan claims naively that he can represent himself in court, like Darcus and Althea, telling Frank that it's every man for him own self, to which Frank wisely replies, it's dem and we, which ends the scene and emphasises the need for preparation and skill, which Darcus and Althea have in abundance, and how callow individualism would reduce the strength of the community's collective voice. The tone incorporates humour, and there is considerable situational irony in the scene when Judge Clark tells Darcus off for wearing a beanie-style hat when he himself and all other legal officials are wearing their grey wigs. It is also deeply incisive about wider social ills when PC Pulley gives his dishonest testimony in court about how the Mangrove restaurant was a haunt of criminals, prostitutes, ponces and the like, which Darcus Howe later claims is a myth that has been created about us, the West Indian community in Notting Hill. A myth which has unfortunately persisted, still resonating in what gets said and printed in our press and media. I would link Mangrove with certain recent BBC One historically set drama series that also depict institutional biases and blind spots in the British legal system, with entertaining and illuminating courtroom scenes. Russell T Davies' A Very English Scandal, 2018, and Amanda Code's The Trial of Christine Keeler, 2019. These variously dramatised ingrained biases towards straight men and imbalances in power according to social class. Mangrove depicts the British legal system reluctantly being forced to come to terms with racial biases. And the truth does out in this case. Magna Carta, she did not die in vain. Traditional English trial by jury does work here. The truth is told with sufficient eloquence by Darcus and Althea, representing the community. And they are able to juxtapose the truth with errant lies from PC Pulley of the Met. Yet any feel-good, triumphalist tone is rightly undercut and dissipated at the film's end. A battle has been won, yes, as the dialogue indicates. Britain does make a notable step towards becoming a more inclusive place. But as the factual on-screen captions inform us, the London Metropolitan Police harassment of the Mangrove and its founder, Frank Critchlow, continued until 18 years later in 1989. I sense we will get the jubilant, upbeat story with film 2, Lovers Rock, which I haven't watched yet, but I'm very much looking forward to. But before that, McQueen here delivers a necessary historical reality check. Rachel Cook, television critic of the New Statesman, welcomed this kind of story being told on British television, rightly, but added what I feel is an absurd caveat to her evaluation. She expresses reservations about there being too many lengthy speeches. Yes, apparently a dramatisation of one of the most significant trials ever held in this country at the Old Bailey needed long speeches cutting down. Surely a drama of history and ideas and conflict like Mangrove needs this discursive element. It is great to see lots of stimulating and passionate talk on television. While I'm certainly not saying that all TV drama needs complex, lengthy speeches, I do feel a bit of the old Trevor Griffiths approach of writing passionate, uncompromising talk is something that we need as part of the TV drama landscape. And the actors brilliantly perform these speeches and other briefer exchanges earlier on, say. Jack Lowden is wonderfully chastened and responsive, adding the lawyer Ian MacDonald to his repertoire of historical British figures. To Thomas Wyatt, Stephen Patrick Morrissey, Tony Benn, and perhaps post-COVID, Siegfried Sassoon. Roshenda Sandal, who I remember well in the most recent Line of Duty series, is combative, open, humane but tough. I was talking there about Trevor Griffiths. Well, what about Derek Griffiths here? Wonderfully cast as the Marxist historian CLR James, long after Play Away, Play School and Play for Today, but fully channeling their spirit. Sam Spruill as PC Pulley plays the part with venal deceit, conveying this constable's ingrained, unearned sense of racial superiority and casual corruption. This is a fine performance from Spruill and a very difficult role. We still have to come to terms with the history of people like Pulley and their lingering presence in British culture today. Ultimately, this first small axe film, Mangrove, is a tremendous, carefully calibrated and emotionally and intellectually powerful drama based on real events in 1970, worthy of the name of a 2020 play for today. Anyone remotely interested in British history, law, or politics, or indeed film and TV drama, should watch it. Really, anyone globally should try and tune in and watch this on BBC iPlayer, as it has universal resonance beyond its fascinating historical particularities.